Boston Bros is number one thing not, you're dead wrong. You can catch me doing misbehaving with my products on. It's real boxing talk every time we meet with Ned, the TBE, and Conspiracy G. We bring it to you raw, unbiased, you know the deal. You can even get a poor dealer here from Dollar Bill with my guys by my side. You know we going live. All we need you to do is please like and subscribe. Boxing Bros. Peace.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is an interesting one. Did Top Rank try to prevent DAZN from bidding on the fight between Teofimo Lopez and George Ferocious Kambosos? You better add that Ferocious in there. All right, so check it out. If you don't know, Triller brought the rights to promote Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos lightweight title fight for a staggering sum of $6 million, right? That is more than Matchroom Sport and Top Rank bid for the fight combined. Matchroom, led by Eddie Hearn with the Zone's backing, bid was $3.5 million. And Top Rank, which has Lopez under a long-term promotional contract, bid 2.3. So Triller bid more than the Zone and Matchroom combined. So that's one thing to keep in note. Of course, Triller, which promoted Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones heavyweight boxing exhibition in November, that sold 1.9 million on pay-per-view. And so basically, Lopez will get 65% of the winning bid as champion. So he'll make 3.9 million, which is more than the 1.25 million that his minimum contract from Top Rank per fight would have given him. And Kambosos will make 2.1 million minus the approximately 500,000 that he owes his promoter Lou DiBella. So there's a lot to break down in this. So first, people, I want you to understand, Lopez isn't a life-changing superstar. Lopez didn't make life-changing money for anyone, yet he gets 65% of this purse bid. Why? Because he's the bigger name. Why? Because he's accomplished more. Why? Because he has more belts. So he gets 65% because he's the A side, right? Which gets him 3.9 million. Okay.
Guess I don't sound like a fanboy no more.
Right? Exactly. Right. So that's why. So that's why the argument that in order for you to be the A side, you have to produce life changing. That's ridiculous. There's always an A side. There's always a B side. And even as B side, Kambosos still takes home good money at 2.1 million, which is more than he would have made fighting anybody else. At 35%, Kambosos is making more money than he ever made in his life. Kambosos is making so much money, he could pay off a $500,000 debt that he owes to Lou DiBella, which is something else you guys don't keep in mind. Sometimes you owe your promoter because they take risks and they lose money. But anyways, so that's that. Now, here's where things get dicey. This is an article from The Athletic written by Mike Carpenter. And the article says accusations, acrimony, and surprise bids. How a growing rift with Top Rank pushed Teofimo Lopez to Triller. Now, this article, as you can see, you have to pay for. But shout out to my man, 10 p.m. curfew lefty. On Twitter, yeah, on Twitter. So shout out to my man. As you can see, he put this up. So here's some of the article. Also on February 11th, Top Rank president Tom Dubuff, Aram's stepson, sent an email to Kevin Mayer, a strategic advisor at Access Industries, the primary shareholder of the Zone Group, expressing his displeasure after reading that Hearn planned to bid on the fight. Mayer is expected to be named chairman of the board of the Zone Group in the coming weeks, sources told The Athletic, replacing John Skipper, the current executive chairman and former ESPN president, who will focus on his new venture, Meadowlark Media. This is a follow-up to our conversation. Attached is an article which quotes Matchroom's Eddie Hearn's desire to make a bid on DAZN's behalf for Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos, Dubuff wrote. Top Rank signed Lopez out of the Olympics and is in the middle of a long-term promotional agreement. Lopez has a mainstay and anchor on ESPN and ESPN Plus. If this article, hold on, that looks like it took it out of order. All right, then you go down here. Hold on. All right. Anyways, this thing is all out of order. The bottom line is what ended up happening was, and I'm trying to find it, but I don't see it. I hit it right here. They basically asked for a favor. Todd Dubuff asked Mayer for a favor. And the favor Mayer is referencing to occur during the first weeks of February. McCarthy asked Dubuff if he is considering moving the undisputed 140-pound title fight between Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor away from May 8th on ESPN, the same date slated for Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders on DAZN. Taylor Ramirez was shifted to May 22nd. Basically, this is the gist of it. They're saying that Top Rank asked DAZN not to bid on Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos. And DAZN agreed not to bid on that fight if they agreed to move the undisputed 140 title pound fight between Josh Taylor and Ramirez to May 22nd to have the May 8th date for Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo. So it was a favor for a favor. The favor to Top Rank, DAZN won't bid on Kambosos and Teofimo, and Top Rank will move their fight. Now, there was a bid from DAZN, but the bid was small and short. So, was this an actual bid to try to win, or was this a bid to cover the tracks? Like, yeah, we've been in the fight. So anyways, turn over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What's your thoughts on this quid pro quo and this favor for a favor, and Top Rank potentially stopping Teofimo Lopez from making the maximum amount of money that he could have made?
Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot to cover. I'm just gonna sum this all up like this. Now everybody sees why I'm for these fighters trying to fight to get the most money that they possibly can. Because these promoters are behind the scenes making backdoor deals, messing these fighters over, trying to stop these guys from making money so that they can all get the money. As you can see in the numbers, these guys' offers combined still didn't match up to Triller's offer of the $6 million. This is dirty games by Top Rank. Dirty games by Top Rank. Instead of paying this man where he feels like he deserves, or what you can give him, you want to lowball him or whatever. I don't know. This is basically just shows why I advocate for these young men fighting to get what they deserve. Because these promoters, they're playing a crazy game behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? They're playing so they can stay rich. And these fighters, some of these fighters leave this sport with nothing, damaged, no good to their families, to themselves, with nothing to show for it. Now these younger fighters are starting to be smart about the business, and now everybody wants to give them crap about it. But now you're seeing why these gentlemen got to be smarter with the business now. Y'all get a glimpse of what these fighters have been going through. So that's all I got to say about that.
No, I want it. Conspiracy G.
Yeah, similar to what Trill was saying, so much to cover. But,
there's a lot of crap.
It's a lot. But first, I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs. Number one, shout out to Teofimo Lopez. Man, salute to you. Because I remember you wanted Top Rank just to give you $2 million. He just wanted $2 million. You know what I'm saying? They were like, nah, we're not doing that. Go to purse bid. And my second shout out, salute to Triller. You know what I'm saying? And here's why. Like, they did the $6 million. I was like, $6 million kind of high, but I was like, let me just do the math real quick, right? Now, this isn't factoring in other expenses like the venue and marketing materials and stuff like that, but just the purse bid alone. All they have to do is sell 120,000 pay-per-views to cover the purse bid.
At what price? At what price, my brother?
At $50. At $50. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So they're not fazed by this. But the problem is the reason why, and I think DAZN probably wouldn't want Triller doing this either, is because now fighters could demand more money. And if they don't want to give the fighters that money, they could just now go to them World Star hip hop streets and holler at Snoop Dogg and Triller, you know what I'm saying, to get a bigger bag. So I'm all for this. And the reason why is because, like what Trill was saying, they don't like it when athletes are in the driving seat. You know what I'm saying? And to me, what bothers me about these promoters, and I get it, it's a business, but don't try to hold the athlete down. Don't try to hold that fighter down. If the fighter is like, hey, man, I believe I'm worth $2 million, like $2 million. You know what's funny about Top Rank? His guarantee, right, was like 1.5. They have to at least pay him that
1.
minimum.
1.25.
1.25. Thank you. Yo, Tyson Fury's minimum, I believe, is like 20 million. Like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're willing to pay Tyson Fury. It don't matter who Tyson Fury fights. This dude could literally fight a cab driver off the block, and they have minimum they got to give Tyson Fury $20 million. But y'all are going nickel and dime this kid for like, well, a couple 100,000. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, come on, bro. This dude got all the belts. Well, not all the, well, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. He done beat Lomachenko. The dude is in a division right now that's popping right now.
You're making an argument. I don't want to counter it too much just right now, but you're making an argument that I feel like also is what you generate and what you have the potential.
No, that's not. No, I'm getting to that.
Okay,
no,
so Tyson Fury has the potential to generate 100 million in one.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying now. No. The reason why I'm bringing that up is simply this is the same company, right? So now what I'm saying is the 135 division is popping right now. So they know for a fact they're not going to take an L if they give them $2 million. That's what I'm saying. And so the fact that when you're looking at the purse bids, right? Now with DAZN, I don't know if that whole like the 3.5 million bid was like we're purposely gonna go low, or maybe they were trying to outbid him. I don't know if Eddie Hearn was in talks with the rest of his team. I don't know. But what I'm saying is like their numbers versus Triller's numbers, right? And Triller's a new person on the block. It's kind of like when DAZN came out. Remember, DAZN was giving fighters these mean contracts. You're like, whoa, like they just throwing the bag, but you got to make those statements to get on top. You know what I'm saying? I think Triller's doing the same thing. Like, yo, T.O., ride with us, bro. We're going to look after you. You know what I'm saying? Like $6 million, we got that bread. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. You know what I mean? So with that, the reason why I was saying the 20 million, I'm not saying T.O. deserves 20 million. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm simply saying, yo, Top Rank got the bread. They could give him that extra 1 point, whatever. And you can't say he's not worth it because that division is popping right now. You know what I'm saying? Like 135 might become the new welterweight division, you know, like because they got a lot of young faces that everybody wants to see these fights. So these are definitely certified pay-per-view numbers. Now, Teofimo ain't fighting a known name, which you know, unfortunate. But however, he is still worth $2 million. You know, that's what I'm saying. And so salute to Triller for actually investing in this kid. And, you know, it's a win-win because it solidifies Triller's boxing promotion network, whatever they're doing online. You know what I'm saying? And it gives Teofimo more of a bargaining chip when he's negotiating future fights. And not to mention they're giving him a good bag. So salute to Teofimo and Triller on this one. And shame on you, Bob, because all you had to do was give him 2 and you would have had that fight.
Ned?
I wouldn't say shame on you, Bob. Clearly, Bob didn't want to fund the fight because Bob ain't got the funds for the fight. So
You think he doesn't have funds?
I think you guys are both misunderstanding. So I just want to clarify something.
Good.
Bob Arum is Top Rank. Top Rank is a promotional company. Yeah. ESPN is the network that would pay the money for the fight. Just like Eddie Hearn is a promoter and DAZN is the platform that would air the fight. So you have to separate the promoter from the network. You keep saying Bob, but Bob can only make do with what ESPN is willing to pay for the fight. And
But aren't
ESPN,
they in partnership though?
they are in partnership, but that's where fiduciary duty is being breached. Something I'll get into in a second. But the fact that you keep saying Bob and Bob and Bob, trust me, I think Bob's as sleazy as anyone else. But you know, it is ESPN that's putting up the money, just like Triller's the platform. You're gonna see Teofimo Lopez fight on Triller and still gonna be promoted by Top Rank.
Yeah, of course.
So go ahead, man.
And not saying like, yo, now Teofimo's out of his contract with Top Rank. He's going back to Top Rank after this fight. I'm just saying
he's Top Rank is a promotional company, so he's never left Top Rank.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like, ESPN. He's going back to ESPN. That's what I meant. I meant to say after this Triller fight, it's right back to ESPN. You know what I'm saying?
So Triller funded this fight, but that doesn't mean like they're gonna get the pay-per-view sales. This fight may flop. You know, it may not generate the sales needed to recover from what they bid on this purse. So I'm just saying, Tio, you won. You just hit the lottery right now. You keep gaining. You keep boosting yourself. Keep building your brand. Keep doing your thing. Props to you for that. And I'm gonna pay. I'll pay for this pay-per-view. I'll pay for this pay-per-view, even though I'm not a fan of you know. But I'll pay for this pay-per-view. Huh? What?
In the paying, we got you.
I just ain't a fan. If I could get it for free,
Now the toe against paying, he bootlegged the free fight.
You know, if I could get the fight for free, why pay for it? You know, I always look for the cheaper. Never mind. But shout out to T.O. for shout out to Triller for believing in the kid and you wanting to give the kid some shine. And you know, hopefully this fight does good and this boosts his profile after this. That's all I got.
All right, so there's a few things. This is why there's issues in the boxing world. Top Rank has a fiduciary duty to Teofimo Lopez to do what's in the best interest of Teofimo Lopez. Same as anyone promoting Deontay Wilder, same as anyone promoting Anthony Joshua. So Top Rank is a promotional company that has a fiduciary duty to do what's in the best interest of Teofimo Lopez. So if they are trying to stop DAZN from bidding to win the rights to the fight with Kambosos, they're doing what's in their best interest over what's in the best interest of the fighter. Mm-hmm. And that's a breach of their fiduciary duty in grounds for legal action. Because Top Rank has a partnership with ESPN. Teofimo Lopez fighting for $1.25 million is in the best interest of Top Rank. It's in the best interest of ESPN, but it's not in the best interest of Teofimo Lopez. And how do we know that? Every single bid that they told us about was more than his minimum. And Top Rank knew that. So in knowing that, trying to get him to fight for that minimum wasn't in his best interest, which is a breach of their duty. So let me give you an example. If I'm your attorney and I'm your attorney to close on property you buy property, I'm your real estate attorney. And there's an offer to buy a plaza. There's an offer to buy a plaza. I bring the offer to you to buy the plaza. You don't want to buy the plaza. I think it's a good idea. Can I buy that plaza once you say no? No, I still can't buy that plaza. You know why? Because I'm your attorney. So the only way I can buy that plaza is if I come to you and say, hey, are you sure you don't want to buy that plaza? And you say, no, I don't want to buy it. And I said, well, hey, I'm interested in it. Are you okay with me buying that plaza? Because the only reason I knew about it was because I was working for you. But now that you don't want it and I want it, can I have permission to buy it? You give me permission to buy it. I go buy it. Then that's fair. But if I say to you, can I buy it? And you say, well, why do you want to buy it? And I, as your attorney, I say, I want to buy it. And you say, well, why do you want to buy it? Because I think it's a good investment. And then you say, well, if you think it's a good investment, then I think it's a good investment. And now I want to buy it. Now I can't buy it. Now I have to go and set the paperwork for you to buy it. Because as your attorney, I have a fiduciary duty to do what's in your best interest. I'm representing your best interest. See, Top Rank is supposed to do what's best for Teo, not what's best for ESPN. But because Top Rank has a partnership with ESPN, they're steady trying to do what's best for ESPN and not what's best for Teo. That's why Teo says, I love Top Rank. I love the network, but I got to do what I got to do. And that's why Fox, PBC, the partnership that you see, Fox, Showtime, PBC, Showtime, PBC, Fox, right? Matchroom, DAZN. That's why these things are somewhat problematic. On one hand, it's good to have a platform. But on the other hand, it takes away the ability to make max dollars for some fighters. Now, Triller is the new kid on the block, so Triller is willing to overpay. But don't think for 1 second that quid pro quo exchange, meaning a favor for a favor between DAZN and Top Rank, didn't. Of course, DAZN bid a low ball offer. They bid that offer, and they knew they weren't going to win. And in order to make it look good, they needed to bid more than Top Rank. Otherwise, why did Top Rank even have to contact them, right? They could have bid more. So, okay, Triller comes and they take the fight. Bob Arum's not worried, though. ESPN's not worried because they got Josh Taylor and they got Ramirez. And if Teofimo Lopez wants to be undisputed in 2 weight classes, he's going to have to fight on ESPN. He's going to have to agree for that fight to be on ESPN. There's no purse bid. This fight's on ESPN. Otherwise, they're not going to make that fight. But the bottom line is, in the sport of boxing, and this is what Trill's getting at, this is what G's getting at, there's a lot of people breaching their fiduciary duties. There's a lot of people doing what's in the best interest of their company and not what's in the best interest of the fighters. So when fighters decide to do what's in their best interest, you can't get mad at them. This is unlike other situations, and I'm not doing this to bash anyone, but just to point out something. Lou DiBella got Deontay Wilder that meeting with DAZN because he was doing his job. His duty was to Wilder, not to PBC, not to Fox, not to Showtime. So because he knew that there was money to be made with DAZN, he got Wilder that meeting. That's doing a hell of a job. That's doing what you're supposed to do. He got fired for it because Wilder fired him, probably because he was told to fire him by the other people around him. Shelley and all the other people probably said, man, Lou DiBella's really doing his job. We got to get rid of him. He cares about these fighters too much. He's trying to make them the most money. But see, this is what it all boils down to. Teofimo Lopez took a gamble and he won. I'm glad he won because I was worried about it. Triller's willing to take the L, but they may not take the L. They may make their money back. Like G was saying, G just threw the numbers out there. They need like 100,000 buys.
1,000 to break even this on the first.
You got New Zealand, Kambosos. He got a country behind him, and you got Teofimo, and we're gonna do what we can to make that sell. So at the end of the day, this is proof that these promotional companies and these networks do what's in the best interest for them, but not what's in the best interest of the fighters. So you can't always get mad at the fighters when they're looking out for themselves.
Yes, for once. Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel in the comment section, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.